Hello, my loves, and welcome to this reading. It's good to see you again. Or if you're new here, welcome. Before I jump right into the message, I always like to give a little heads up for those of you who are new on my channel. My readings are pretty unique. They can be quite a deep dive and usually are a bit of a journey. So if you like that, if you like to get to the core of things, and especially if you enjoy the journey, then you are in the right place. So let's dive in. So the first thing I'm getting is something about temperature rising. There's it's pretty hot where I am right now, and it's the overall energy of fire. For one, today is the summer solstice, the 21st of June. So the sun is at its peak. The fire in the sky is at its peak. Yeah, it's no coincidence that I put out my little dragon here today. There's something about fiery energy, and especially like related to the fire of the dragon. There's something about passion. Finding your passion? No, not finding. Remembering. Connecting. Moving with it. Allow it to move you. Allow your passion to move you. I immediately hear the question, but what if I don't know what my passion is? And then I hear remembering, and it's like remembering, like an echo, you know? So it's like echoing. Find the traces in your life. They are like an echo. They're everywhere. Find the echo in your life. And then retrace the steps until you come to the core. So find the things that light you up, even if it's just a tiny bit, even if it's just a memory of, oh yeah, I liked to do that when I was a child, or oh, this is the thing I always come back to, and I feel like this is something I come back to over and over again, and I do feel some kind of joy or pleasure in it. And it doesn't have to be like, like the grand thing. So I hear a symphony, and then it's like, it doesn't have to be like that. It can be like the fiddle, the fiddle in the street that is just like playing a happy melody. It's nothing, it's not Puccini. It's not Beethoven, but it's a nice little melody, and it makes your heart want to dance. So, yeah, it's about finding those little moments and then go from there. Just remember what it feels like to connect with that part of yours. And when we hear passion, like I said, we think about those great symphonies, like the whole orchestra playing, but that doesn't have to be the case. sometimes it just can be that quiet, beautiful melody. Yeah, they're bringing me back to the fire. So fires, there are so many different kind of fires. There are bonfires, there are fireworks, there are the cozy oven fire, like the hearth. There is a constant glow that can warm you. Because sometimes, those huge bonfires, they can be great, but they can also eat you up. Like a huge fire, it usually like eats the wood within minutes. So there is like the danger of burnout. Maybe so I'm getting something about like someone who sometimes taps into those passionate moments and then they're like full blown, they just go with it. And then it's like as quickly as it came, it's also gone again. It's like a fire of straw. It doesn't last very long. So it's about finding the balance. And like I say, today there's the summer solstice happening, or winter solstice if you're in the southern hemisphere. So it could be perceived as an imbalance, but even like in the extreme, there's always a counterbalance point. So if you go into extremes, know that you will always have to be balanced out in like afterwards. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. The problem occurs if we think that this overly passionate fire has to last for eternity. And when it doesn't, you feel like, well, but why? Why is it gone again? And then you start judging yourself or beating yourself up, or you just start to chase it. You start to chase it and then you want to have it back. But this is not how it works. There's this, well, if you go into those huge, passionate, like eruptions of energy, know that you have to balance afterwards. You have to rest afterwards, and there will not be a lot of energy left. So there is no judgment. There is no, this is neither good or bad. Sorry. It is what it is. Just know that there's always a balancing happening. There's always something striving for harmony, which means if you go into one extreme, you'll have to go into the other extreme afterwards. So if you want to maintain a constant flow of those energies, it's good to temper that energy a bit. But it doesn't, like you move in your own way. Like it's not, it depends on who you are. Some people like those extremes and they want to go with those extremes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like it better if it's like in a more stable, constant flow. And that is okay either. So it's really about, I hear drums, I hear like, and I see someone dancing in their own rhythm, to their own personal rhythm. So yeah, there's something about like moving to your own drum, the beat of your own drums. Okay. Like since the beginning, I've been sorry. I'm keep bumping against the camera. Since the beginning, I've been drawn to this pattern here in the marble. And I recognize that I put the dragon right on this line here. So there's something about connecting in with the I get something about dragon lines. So the natural energy lines of the earth. Grounding. Now I hear drums coming up from like deep, deep down. This is pretty mystical. Like it feels very shamanic, very mystical. Maybe you do have, maybe you are. Maybe you're working with dragon energy, if conscious or unconscious of it. And yeah, I do get like a very shamanic energy here with those drums. Drumming something up from the depth. Drumming something up from the depth. And I do get something about like pulling energy up from the earth up through your body and into the heart space. From the heart of the earth into the heart of your body. Yeah, there you go, cosmic heart. There's something also about connection of the balance again. I just heard the clock tower, the bell, stroke twice. So there's something about the two. Like, yeah, the relationship between your own heart space and the heart of the earth. From nothing to everything. And I've just been talking about the 2. And here's the 8, here's the 16. So 2 times 8 is 16. And I've been working with this deck for a very long time and I've never seen this card before. And it's such an amazing card. Just look at the artwork. From nothing to everything. Yeah, there's this thing of like the polarities, the full-blown passion about something, and then it's perceived as crashing into nothingness, but what it really is just like the dancing between the two polarities, between the everythingness and the nothingness. So you seem to be someone who is, who's more in tune with those extremes, with the there's a really, really, it's very, very deep. It's very deep. the energy that you are connected to. Again, I hear those drums from like deep, deep down. It's the heartbeat of the earth. Like you are moving with the heartbeat of the earth. Coming back to this summer solstice theme, there's a rhythm to life on earth. So it's never the same. And even in a moment like today, the summer solstice with like the longest day, death is already in there, because from this moment on, although it's like the longest day of the year, from now on, the night is getting longer again. So death is already incorporated in this peak of sun activity. And you know that, you are aware of that. Like deep down, you are aware of that. You are very, very in tune with those natural rhythms. But I also do feel a fight. I feel like there's, you feel like you need to limit that, to fight those natural tendencies that you have. Like you have your own rhythm, you have your own but I can feel like there's something that is trying to make you, they made you forget. They tried to make you forget. So something wants to come out. You see that here? The cards, they want to come out, but something is pulling it down. But it's like we've seen it, and I'm just pulling them out. Like you can just pull that out. You can just decide. You can simply choose to listen to your own ways, to your own beat. Yeah, and I feel called to turn them upside, the right way up. For me, the Apprentice of Coins, which is the page of Pentacles, is very much about this inner connectiveness with your own being, like your own truth. This again is for me like this theme of there's something you're so deeply connected in with this heart of the earth. And this is moving you. And in combination with the Nine of Wands, because the Nine of Wands is very much about like being in flow with the different energies that are trying to move you towards something, like to some kind of culmination. I mean, like the 9 is one step before the 10, and the 10 is like the coming to a close of a circle. And the 9 of Wands, I mean, the Wands is fire energy. The Wands is like that energy that can be too much if it's not regulated, or it can be blocked if we put too much restrictions on it. So the 9 of Wands is really about that process of, okay, you're moving towards something. You can feel that something is coming, and then usually you want to push through, but that is not the way to go. The way to go is to keep in flow with the energy itself, with this fire, and you need to follow its lead and not try to force things into being before it's their time. I always like to compare this with running a marathon, which I've never done in my entire life, but I like, it's the thing of like you, even if you know, okay, it's only a few more miles until I reach the finish line, but I cannot push through with like all the energy I have left, because I will burn myself out and then I probably won't reach the finish line. So I have to manage my resources in an intelligent way. And but what that means is different for everyone. It can mean you maybe like running those sprints and then walk for quite a while, or it's that you just keep running in a constant pace and try to maintain a very equal energy level. So this is different for everyone, and it's for you to decide what you want to do. Just know that you always have to balance it out, and don't expect yourself to be on all the time. Now they're bringing me back to this from nothing to everything. One cannot exist without the other. So now this is looking to me like lungs. So there's something about breathing, finding, I hear like the cosmic breath. Yeah, it's this constant breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You can't just only breathe in or only breathe out. That's not how it works. Okay. Anything else that wants to come through with this? I feel like I keep repeating myself. Right, I just keep seeing dancers and I keep hearing those drums. Okay, they want me to pull another one from this deck. I hear last card. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. So there is a certain wildness to your energy. There is a rawness in there. There is, like I said, this connectiveness to the earth energy and to those dragon lines and the dragon. It's a very, very raw energy. It's not, it's a very I keep hearing it's not pretty. You know, it's not the typical, so there's a very feminine element to this kind of energy. It is about like bringing together the polarities, which you could say masculine and feminine energy. And there's something new emerging from that. But nonetheless, there is this connectiveness to the earth energy, which is like Mother Earth. It's a very, very, it's like this primordial feminine essence. And that has nothing to do with those cultural overlays that society put on, I call it like women. I say women, but what I really mean is like the idea and the ideal of the feminine. So those rapid, passionate, energetic bursts of this wild red energy, this fiery energy, is not viewed as very ladylike. And I just heard, fuck that. Yeah, totally agree. Fuck that. Really. We're not here to please. So it seems like a message for you who is connected to this kind of energy. It's like, yeah, it's really about remembering this, your connectiveness to that deeper, raw, passionate, feminine wisdom and energy, and to identify where you're not that, where you're holding back, where you are following what you think society wants from you as someone who is like connected to their feminine energy. And this really has nothing to do with gender. It doesn't. While at the same time, and I mean, this is also true for both genders, or for whatever variation of that term you want to use. Every human is confronted with those ideas about what feminine energy is and who is allowed to portray it, who is allowed to live it, and what facets of femininity we are allowed to represent in this world. But we are losing so much of the full capacity of feminine energy. Like, we are living a whitewashed version of femininity in this world. And everything else is shamed or demonized. So right now seems to be a good moment for you. And by the way, it doesn't matter when you get that. I mean, right now, like, I'm tapping into the energy of the summer solstice, but you don't have to be at that time of year. There can be so many reasons why this energy is coming up for you in this moment. So yeah, with that, with you tapping into that energy, there's something very, very powerful awakening in you. And basically, it's just for you to step aside and simply let it flow through you. Simply allow it to come up. And you can do that by becoming aware of where things are standing in the way of you letting it flow through you. But I also hear, don't get hung up on it. Like, don't focus your attention too much on those aspects of, or this is the reason why I cannot live that fully. Like, yes, you can identify it, but only to see it and then to choose differently, to say, okay, and I choose to not follow those expectations anymore. I choose to not engage with this way of thinking anymore. I choose to connect with my fullness of femininity. And like, again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female or however you identify. It doesn't matter. It's energy, and everyone has the capacity to connect and to tap into this raw it's fullness, really. It's the fullness of life, the fullness of existence. And everyone has the capacity and the capability to tap into that. No one can deny it to you. They try, and they will keep on trying, and they will tell you that it's wrong to do that. They will tell you that it's impossible to do it. They will tell you that it's not for you, but no, it's all lies. It's not true. You have the power to connect with that, because this energy is accessible for each and every one on this planet, in this cosmos, in this universe. And she wants to connect with you. This is why she's coming up in this message. This is why she's basically calling out to you right now. Question is if you are willing to listen. And if you stayed until here, until now, I guess you do. You want to listen. All right, my loves, that's it. It feels complete. Such a powerful, powerful message. And wow. I feel like there are some people coming in here. You have some serious powers that are waiting to be awakened, or you are awakening them. It's amazing. This really is amazing. I'm very excited. All right, my loves, that's it. Yeah, I hope this reaches you if it's meant for you. Like I said, it's timeless. Whenever it finds you, it's for you. Also, I love to hear from you. If you feel like it, leave a comment or a thumbs up or a subscription. It helps the channel grow and helps me spread the messages. And yeah, that's that. I would love to see you in the next video. And until then, take care.